Live. What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? The time is actually 1:43 a.m., January 26th. But it's like the day, today is a new day, technically, by the clock, by an hour and 43 minutes. But I'm not done with yesterday. Yesterday was a long day. And I did not have time to work out. It was a very long, stressful day from the top to the bottom. I'm doing so many things. And God, my God, can I just say, first off, that under the headgear, under all the dressing up and looking presentable for the outside world and perception, when I take my cap off, this is what I look like. I did not, even though I did groom my beard earlier, I didn't sit there and pluck this out for this live stream. I just edited, what, 2, 3 audition? It's like if I were to share reality of what the experience is like, everything in terms of this modeling thing is stop, drop, everything as soon as something comes up. And it could be a whole drought, plenty of days where you're like, damn, if I didn't have something going on for myself, some sort of agenda in life, I'd just be sitting here rotting, looking and waiting for paint to dry, you know. And as soon as you try to actually be productive and do something, boom. I did not work out. I worked out the day before. But the time again is 1:45 a.m. and I'm like, yo, no, I need to go still get mine in for the day. So I think I'm gonna do just that. And I did design something for causes like this. The man cave. The home gym is so important. No days off, no excuses, especially when you have a goal to reach. Distractions. Today was full of distractions, though I focused and pressed through. I started the day actually intending on getting a drum session in for the podcast, because there's a concept that I've been working on and developing. So I actually booked a studio, drums, everything set up. And then I had media requests for self-tape auditions. 2 were due today, but I got the third one, and the other is due tomorrow by noon. All I wanted was 1 hour of drums. And as you see earlier with the grooming, of course, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. But with my facial hair and as fast as it grows, honestly, unless something's going on and I have a reason to polish all up, I don't do all of that. Be all polished up every day anymore. In fact, for me, it's healthier to just let it breathe, let everything grow back and just be until it's time to, boom, do all of that. While trying to focus on my auditions, wow, it really settled in. I want to have a spiritual conversation with you all. The devil is a liar. Wow. I really, there's a phrase that I want to start talking to y'all about, because I said if I were to write a book, the first go around, I said I was going to name it That's the Damn Difference. But if I were to give it a subtitle, it would be Nice Guys Finish Last. And I've done a few live streams on Instagram talking about the subject. I did a recent art project, art collaboration, body painting piece, where I also, designed or painted, illustrated that statement or question, do nice guys finish last? If you were to ask me, I would say yes. And when I say that's the damn difference, I'll just go ahead and keep it a buck with you. I put a lot of time and energy into doing and being a good person, a good guy, who I was raised to be, nice, even though at 35, I'm just now hearing the term and the distinction between kind and nice. Between kind and nice. Let's actually look up the definition. Kind versus nice. Nice means pleasant, the socially pleasant person who never does anything for anyone but themselves is nice, but not kind. Kind means sympathetic, helpful, benevolent. A kind person is considerate and generous with their skills, time, and resources. So nice just means pleasant. The socially pleasant person who never does anything for anyone but themselves is nice, but not kind. Whoa. Practicing kindness rather than niceness allows people to foster deeper, genuine connections with others, said. The more you do it, the easier it will get to relate to others and build more meaningful relationships in all aspects of life. Wow. Can you be kind and not nice? On the surface, an act of kindness can look similar to an act of niceness, but the motivations between the two acts are very different. The energy around the act is also quite dissimilar. While a nice person might go to great lengths to gain approval from others, potentially even causing harm in the process. Whoa, this is such a concept. What is the difference between nice and kind in business? Whoa, this is getting deep. I should live stream on Instagram as well. Yeah, a live stream. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, these joints looking rough, but that's fine. I know how to transform them. I pulled them back from my interview. Nice versus kind. All right. Yeah, Underground Remix live, tapping in, late night research session. Now, I'm still going to figure out this workout, right? But I took a moment to. What's happening? Okay, we are live. I was like, what the hell? So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Nice versus kind. Back to the definitions. So that's crazy because I feel like I grew up for sure but both kind and nice. But I am so surprised at the definition of nice and the distinction of the two. Like, I've been nice kind to, and where I am right now in my life is I feel like I still don't have a desire to bring harm to anyone, but I'm over the flavor of niceness. I'm over the concept of really harnessing anybody's emotional need for anything from me. Like how I talk is how I talk, how I look is how I look. If I feel like dressing up, then I'm dressing up. And if I feel like rocking out just like this, then I'm going out just like this. Shut the fuck up. Leave me alone. You have no authority over my life, my expression, how I decide to look. Shut the fuck up. I'm so used to so much goddamn whining about everything from my goddamn beard to my hair to hell. I could ace shit, just completely ace shit, and motherfuckers still goddamn complaining and whining and threatened and trying to make me out to be a problem. And I am so exhausted with that shit. Peace and serenity is it. And if you're not bringing that to me, get the fuck out of my life. I'm talking about white women at work, these fucking Karens, down to family members. Hell, my mom is getting on my fucking nerves. Trying to force anything. And I'm a grown ass man at 35. And I've just been holding my breath, being nice, trying not to cuss and be respectful. And it's like women do not get it. I have gotten so exhausted by whatever this weird need is that women have around powerful black men. I don't know how y'all did not get the goddamn memo. You gonna have to shut the fuck up. Like there is a point where we literally give you all the goddamn warning signs and y'all don't hear a goddamn thing. But what the fuck you hear and see as women and what your agenda is or what your emotional state is, and we just supposed to form around that shit. It gets on my goddamn nerves and I'm goddamn exhausted. Where I just be needing some peace and some quiet and some solitude, and that's the only option. If you're not bringing that, you got to go. Gone. Oh my gosh. I'm talking about, y'all, I'm at a place in life. Ooh, baby. Hello. I'm a wave back. How are you doing? How are you? I really wanted to go live because yesterday was so, and in the midst of it, like I was having fucking text exchanges with the goddamn devil as a spirit through a family member. Disgusted I am. And even when you give the warning signs to say, stop, leave me alone, I need some space. I don't know how that translates as press further, get on my nerves some more. I'm already on edge. Shut the fuck up. You're not helping. And you thought that was cue to harass me further. And ain't nothing I could do but either like completely keep it a buck and blunt with you, or be nice, and you just be completely clueless and corner me into a point to where now I have to be disrespectful because I have not been respected. My boundaries have not been respected. I said, leave me alone. I don't have to argue. If I don't want to argue, oh man, I hit the block button, y'all. I have officially exercise that block button on somebody I never thought that I would have to or would. I, during a very, very vulnerable time in my life, had the audacity to surrender and humble myself and ask for help. Temporary help, but help during a very serious time. Help had to be attached to some other hidden agenda and motive. Regardless of good intention, right now, all I'm focused on is I made a GoFundMe and it said surviving the strike. And in real life, all at the same time, all at the same time. Things were going great last year. Commercial bookings were happening. And then, boom, the SAG and writers strike, or writers and then eventually SAG actors strike happened. And then the industry was just down for about 6 months. Mind you, this is after all the stop and go with COVID. And so I went and got a job. Fast forward, that job just like threw me in the fucking trash. Like I was a piece of hot nigger trash. I mean, I'm talking about they nigger trash. Like they threw me away like a piece of trash. As soon as I decided, hey, I need to adjust my availability to get back to my life, get back to auditioning. I'm overweight. I needed time to go to the gym, get in shape. And they were just like, no, they need open availability. And they just started retaliating, acting crazy. This white manager, this Karen, just like completely just started just being on some other shit. And long story short, that was the Thanksgiving week. They threw me on suspension. Long story, and maybe I'll tell it on another episode of Live. But that was the job that I was working to support myself through the strike. So I went through Thanksgiving and Christmas without the job. All at the same time, all the COVID restrictions are up. And February 1st, my rent goes up $500. So as soon as I knew all of that was happening, I started, just sort of like asking for help, both home and family. And I created a GoFundMe, sent it out. A few people blessed it. And I didn't ask for all of it from like one person. I just got started early, just like, yo, this is some crazy shit all happening at once. And the whole time, and when I say, people say, invest, like I've been investing in myself, my home studio, home gym, just home creative art space. Like right now, it's a little junky. Right now, it's a little junky. But I have artwork there, you know, and I just want to do that. And the cost to just stay here in one place and maintain, even though it is increasing, you know, it's still okay. And it's something I can get through. But it's something about when everyone says, oh, vulnerable, 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 and you throw out just a little bit of vulnerability, and it is mind-boggling at what people will try to exploit, including and especially family. All of their agendas, all of whatever the fuck been going on in their head this whole time and in their mind and throwing that on you. And I'm sitting here trying to shoot my auditions in good spirit. I'm sitting here trying to focus on my podcast and get it done. And whoever I asked for help just done brought up all kind of bullshit about forgiveness and some other shit and just throwing all their goddamn negative ass karmic energy on me. And I'm saying, hey, stop. You're not helping. I said, stop. Shit don't got shit to do with nothing but you stopping right now and acknowledging the fuck that you're not helping. If you don't have it, cool, don't send it. If you do have something to send, thank you, send just that. But I didn't ask for no damn coaching. I don't need nothing but the rent to focus on saving my life and my things. And if I do end up having to leave my apartment, then okay, I'll start selling what I need to sell. But I need to do that with grace and poise and with a clear mind, and you're not bringing me peace. Somebody could be on edge, and you think because, or whatever you think, if I said I need peace and give me some space and you don't offer that and you're trying to argue with me, God damn it, the devil is on your spirit. You talking about me and my forgiveness and repentance. You are attacking me. And I said, stop. I'm going to keep it a buck. Right now, I'm speaking about my mother. And I hate to say it because I love you, Mom. But I cannot do this. I cannot do this. Anybody ever had to say that to a relative or a family member? I'm sorry. No, I can't do this. Erica Badu said, I guess I see you next lifetime. Oh my gosh. It was complete harassment. Come home and this and that. And I'm like, yo, you completely shitted on all of my auditions today. So I wanted to go ahead and say that because quicksand, the pursuit of stardom. Some stuff is Hollywood, but some stuff is people families. Some stuff people out here going crazy because home is not an option. Home is fucking hell. There, I said it. Hell. 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 Home is hell. I have worked as a teacher, and that experience has enlightened me so much on how and why kids act up the way that they do. A lot of stuff is home, and home and people and parents don't understand the impact of different things. Now, this nice guy finished last thing is very deep rooted. It's a great discussion topic, and it's something I'm going to go and explore further. But one thing consistent that I would hear, I mean, the Bible said if you spare the rod, you'll spoil the child. Other people, just have understanding. I heard Whoopi Goldberg say today, you can't be friends with your children. I have a great mother. She raised me as best as she could. Can we ever have the discussion of actual generational curses? And one of those generational curses is the attack of the Black male and what we go through that nobody understands. First off, the emasculation Yeah, started right there on the plantation and by design and stuff with slavery and everything else. But then we kept it going. And I don't think women understand that you don't give space to men for us to be men. And especially when boys become actual grown men, I hear all the complaints. It's like the same women that will do the motions that will lead to all the qualities that they will condemn and insult from the same being that they raise and want control on both ends. Want control to to raise you that way, and then by the time you're raised and you're already raised, want to try to fix you. And it's this full lifelong project of just like control. And look, do I look like, first off, first off, that I can be controlled? Two, that I give a fuck about anybody and anything outside of this and me. Sure, compassionate, sure, a lot of what kindness and niceness, but like one of the worst things you can do is try to run me, try to play me, try to control me, to not give me space and to not give me boundaries is one of the greatest insults. And space is not something that a mother even thinks about if they already gave birth to you and did the whole 9 months thing. That whole idea is just so a lot of dudes' problems, I'm gonna go ahead and say, is their relationship with their mother, which definitely impacts everything else. I'm gonna go ahead and be so transparent because, like, with this podcast, that's my first and foremost like goal and objective. Um, but I also want to be transparent about what I'm going through. Like I've been struggling in life for different reasons, but for sure, some of those reasons. Ooh, baby. Mm, mm. The moms are going to be moms. I didn't even bring up the dads. Now, I personally met my dad when I was, what, 9 or 10 ish. I was in third grade. So maybe like 8, 9, 10, one of those. Built as best of a relationship with him as I could. He tried his best, but so much had been missed out on at that point. And then even, meeting him and just us trying our best, I just jumped in and was nice and respectful and just grateful. But those trends continue with life where you just accept, hey, I'm grateful, and hold no one to a standard, no accountability. You just like out here just like simping and over grateful. I heard either a saying or read it recently that the person who's like over thankful, um, like overly just like thank you, like that person, like that's a trauma response to like not feeling worthy and being like over gracious, over grateful for something that it's not entitled, but like you Gucci, you gonna be all right. You deserve it. It's okay. And me, I think I was just so grateful to finally have a dad. Um, that I just dismissed a lot, excused a lot, and was just like, "Well, you here now?" And I think that that's not a horrible thing. Ooh, we're at the 30-minute mark. I don't know how much longer I'll be. It's 2:13 a.m. But I had to start talking. I had to let it out because I was going to explode. Because I don't think that my mom understands just how bad her actions were today to my peace while I was trying to focus. And if we're going to do a real documentary about the day-to-day life, like there's a point where sometimes family, you got to cut them out. You are not helping. And I've been saying it. And I love God and I'm focused. And the devil is a liar. And he's pissed at the productivity that I was making. And he's coming for everything. He's come for my money, my job, my youth, and the family. At this point, he's come for so much. And all it took was for me to just be at a time of need and to step out of, oh, okay, I got it, and to just ask, and whoosh, just whoosh. I cannot believe it, y'all. I cannot believe it. I blocked my mom today. I blocked her from calling me and texting me. I don't know when we're going to speak again, but that is a horrible feeling. To the only way I can get a certain type of peace and to not be harassed is to block you. Now, I've been cut off my dad. And I'm actually at this point estranged from my entire family because the last person that I had was my mom. And I just like cut her out today. Couldn't do it. I mean, like if someone was on the edge, literally on the edge of a cliff, and was just like, everyone stop. The selfishness of a woman, the deception of a woman, what selfishness of a woman would completely be the finishing touches of that person just whew. I'm talking about Olympic style, baby, full form. And bitches don't give a shit about their goddamn self and they own shit. Fellas, I know y'all, everything, women, ladies. Eve and all the women in the Bible, boom. That shit is real. Deception. They're designed and wired completely different. Now, one needs the other, men need women, the balance, I get it. But like, it's dudes out here who whole worlds are ran and ruined by women. And there's a whole other world out there that I know of, have seen and experienced, where there are actual kings out there, and there are women who already know the game and they submit. And you don't have to be weak. You don't have to submit to everything, but they understand order. And then there's a whole other almost like stray dog sort of, concept, if you could allow it for the moment, that just ain't never been raised, trained with no sort of order, structure, class, just out here willy-nilly, don't know how to walk on a leash. Or, like my dog didn't even need a leash. She was so, raised, went to, dog school, train. Just for the record, I'm an animal lover. So for me to use a reference of animals, any of my favorite animals, especially my dog, Boo, my Rottweiler, that's the greatest compliment. So that's not an insult for me to compare you to, I understand the outside world doesn't see that the same way, but I'm talking about me. I love animals and my dog more than I love people and humans. And that's really what's missing from my life. What's missing from my life is first off a dog and then a wife. But there are several reasons why I don't have a wife. And I'm not going to throw all the blame on my mother, but what I can say is yes, I do have a resentment towards women because of offering a life of service to women and then the ungratitude. Do you know what was a trigger for me? A real trigger for me from the news was initially the Will Smith slap. The Will Smith Chris Rock slap was a blower for me because I said, damn, this man just worshiped you for like decades. And to see Jada Pinkett just sort of like, it never got better. It never got better. It never got better. I was waiting on a come through for Will, and it just never happened. I was so hurt that I felt like Jada not only caused him to go up there and lose everything that he worked his whole career for, but she was so ungrateful after he did it. And unacknowledging, unsupportive, like I was not feeling that. I've had my season where I allow a woman to just like turn my shit upside down, and I'm just giving authority and power to these hoes. And it really takes you to be around some kings to understand. Stop letting these hoes run you and run your life. They will run you a fucking stray, and they'll do it so innocently and deceptively. And unless you hip to the game, you'll never know. But if you born nice or raised nice and not just kind, but assertive, you're gonna come out aggressive. And where I've been struggling in life is whatever that thin line is between aggressive and assertive. Because when I'm through, I'm through. Like there's a whole period where some shit could be like an option or debatable or um I'm sure there are several words. And then as a grown man, y'all know I have a limit to where I want you to know that I have, by the time I'm through, I'm through. And if I say leave me alone, leave me alone. And that's a warning sign. You press on it, you pressing on a fight, you pressing on an argument that I'm trying to stay cool from. My gosh, I need to get my workout in. Like to just think of how much additional pressure on life that solely came from my mom today. Just focusing on her, and she think it's everything else. She think it's forgiveness for some shit that happened for 10 years ago, and this new current present day problems going on, and she digging up old shit. Why am I talking about that? And I'm auditioning, trying to get ahead today. I'm looking for jobs today, and it's some fellas a trap. Now I'm blessed to have gotten out of the house, but some dudes are stuck in that. And though I'm out of the house and going through whatever I'm going through with the apartment, I shouldn't even be talking about my personal business like this. But if I say quicksand and we keeping it real and talking about the day to day, hell, home first, home. We got bills to pay, and I would have never thought that me just asking for help would have turned into everything that it's become. Completely exploited the opportunity to just allow unconditional love to be unconditional, but showed how many conditions and strings attached had to be connected to a blessing of support. It makes me never want to ask anything of you ever again, regardless. Meaning that means I would choose the street, which I already have. I've been homeless before, as an option to not go home. It was that bad. Home was fucking hell. When I tell my story and I say I graduated college, I moved to LA. Then I said I moved back to East Coast. I went to New York, worked behind the scenes. First time I was homeless was actually after what happened? Um, bitches, bitches at work, bitches, bitches. I don't like that word. I don't call women bitches. But at this point in my life, I've been so nice that I just want to say bitches. Because that's what it is. It's been suppressing the whole time. I tell other dudes, oh no, don't. And now they got words like simp and munch and all this kind of shit. And I'm like, whole time, I've been out here an over advocate for women who will fucking flip that shit and ruin your goddamn life at any goddamn point, whether it be on the premise of fear, fake fear, real fear, their need for control, retaliation, and just bullshit. Oh my gosh. I spend so much time alone just because I enjoy my peace. Don't feel like arguing, don't feel like fighting. And all a woman wants is to sit there and go back and forth and fight and argue. And that shit, I can't do it. I don't have it in me. I choose self. I choose solitude. Now, there's some great women out there. Now, that's another discussion. I done seen some beautiful Filipino women. I know I personally was like, yo, I'm waiting on a sister. You know, I want a sister. Sisters and me. Hey, I got art projects and episodes about it. You know, what's funny is this project, this painting is still incomplete, and I started it a year ago. I started talking about it on another episode, but like, I also think it's incomplete because it's like traumatic for me to like finish it. Like, what does it look like? What does finished look like? Number one, as you can see, my background is white, like in the house. So, like, for me to keep it up in here, I don't want a bunch of color. I want to keep it nice, clean, and pure. So, for me to add, unless I'm gonna sell this to somebody, I don't want a bunch of color on it. So, I want to keep it like monochromatic and grayscale. You can't see it anymore because of the angle. Uh-oh. My bad. Can you see? All right. I'm sorry, I'm venting. I know I'm venting. I just needed to let it out. So I was like, I still need to work out. And I'm still running on like fumes from yesterday. That was horrible. That was the devil. It was, and to hear the devil try to tell you that the devil anything. I'm like, the fucking deception. I know what peace is. Watch it. So if I'm doing this and you are the antagonist, I can't believe it. I'm literally at wit's end saying, hey, please stop. I need some space. Don't hear shit. Don't hear a goddamn thing. My God. My God. My God. My God. My God. This is too real. We keeping it too real on the URLivePodcast right now. Next time I was homeless was the quarantine 2020. COVID. Boom. Knocked the world by storm. At the time, I was staying with a relative. Well, prior to that, I was staying with a relative. And if you look at my hair show, just for the record, it should be posted. It's posted on this page. You can look up Hair Show Academy LA. There's one at the Howard Theater too, but specific to the one out here in LA, prior to COVID, that relative, when I had to close my studio and barbershop, I wasn't welcome back at the house. So I, from that point forward, was just living mobily from my car and surviving, going, living basically out of my car, but still had businesses open, restaurants open, Uber, my hair clients. I was getting it and just trying to get to a moment of peace in my own space. During that time is when COVID happened. And I remember being at the gym and they made the announcement. They made the announcement. And boom, I went from the gym to the park and was surviving at the park. The thing is, March 2020, the businesses didn't open back until like June, July. So that's when I went to work. So when I went back to work, that's when the process began of starting to save for an apartment of some sort, which means that takes time and every day does still cost. So I was homeless from March through October. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. That's 7 months outside. 7 months. Do you know what I've already been through? Already been through. Then, with all of this back history, with all of this I was in Hollywood of all places. And the only work, and I was trying to apply my New York fine dining service experience. They let you know at the door, busser, runner, back of the house, no server, none of that. So the time it took to get my deposit for an apartment just took double time because of, the wages that I was working. But long story short, got made away and we got in there. And as soon as we got in there, they did another shutdown that winter and then reopened. And we went through the cycle again, but at least we were protected with the rent. People were protected from being evicted. Fast forward, all of those restrictions are gone. And there are like large outstanding balances and then rent increases. And for me in particular, it just so happened to be this upcoming month, and at the same time of being wrongfully terminated from my job, which I was only working because of the strike. I would have just continued my role. I was on a roll last year at the beginning of the year with bookings and commercials and stuff. And time has gone by, youth, a bunch of things. And I'm like, yo, all this stop and go is actually a lot. And that's just on a world level and then also industry level. You got to think COVID stop and go, then strike stop and go. And then specifically right now, it's just bad timing. So again, I put out a GoFundMe. My GoFundMe has only made $100, which is fine. Nobody owes me anything. The nice guy, though, is hurt because it's been so sobering and enlightening to see other people exercise no and protect their spaces. And the way I was raised and the way that I was wired was always give my last, offer my last, you know, to anyone. Like, I really must have thought I was a vigilante or something, because the world does not operate the way that I was wired and what I was doing. And even when I woke up to that and just decided, like, okay, that's just not who I want to be, that's a decision that I'm making for my own personal, emotional, and stress leveling well-being state. It's just my decision for me. And I don't need to hear a bunch of you changed and all of this stuff and Jesus this and the world and repent. Like, excuse me. No is a complete sentence. I don't have to sit here and fight. And for that to never be respected, and never mind, respect is a complete just different conversation, discussion. But I'm grateful to finally be sleepy. I'm grateful to finally be sleepy. I'm going to go ahead and just go to sleep. Better days will come. Better days will come. Mom, I love you. I just love you. Have to love you from afar. This season, I can't do it. I cannot do that. And so the devil is busy. And I will always say, right before your blessing, that's when the devil really try to come for you. And with me knowing that, I'm like, okay, well, let me focus. But when you trying to focus, especially this close and the blessing's going to be that great, that's when he take like just that, he take come for it, like come for it, using any strategy and tactic that he can. Don't matter. And like, to use your mom is just outrageous, and for her to allow, to just be that person in this particular season that is just like, unfortunately, a villain in my eyes, possessed by the goddamn Satan, for heaven's sake. And both of us think the devil is on the other person. But whatever. I am 35 years of age. And if I can't request and reserve some personal space, guess what? Did you know that it wasn't even an option? That was not like an option. I'm about to be left alone. And I had to block her. Even if I need her, you blocked. Because you can't handle being here. You have no respect for me or my boundaries. And my boundaries are non-negotiable. In 2024 and 35, at the year 35, no. Why are you on here? I'm actually like, why are you up? It's 2:37 over here, Pacific Standard Time. I don't know what city you're in and what time it is there, but I know it's early as hell. And this shit is not entertaining. Why are you watching this shit? I'm just on here venting. But the idea of moving and having to move, if it comes to that, it's like, yo, going through the whole process, selling your stuff, figuring out what you're going to keep, what you're going to get rid of. It's a whole thing. And I'm like, damn. To get to this point of investing in the URLivePodcast and to be here to where I can already just have shit set up. I got the means to do it. All I needed was just another day, another job. And that's a whole, I already mentioned like the restaurant and how they perceive me and how hard it was to get in the door, to get a job, and all the resistance that I've experienced out here and other places because of my image and my beard and my just aura. I'm not welcome many places. And I wasn't welcome back home either when I looked like this. Hello. Waving right at you. Finally. I know that's weird. I know that is weird. The time is 2:39 a.m. I've been live for 56 minutes. So what I'm going to do is promise myself it's just a 1-hour podcast. 56. So I'm out of here in 4 minutes. Am I still going to the gym? I want to, because I don't want to go to sleep without having worked out. But you know what? I might as well just go ahead and call it. This was therapeutic for me to say, though live and in public is not the best place for it. I just wanted to let it out, though, like, because the time to sit and journal it, just no. It's the You Are Live podcast. And if this thing, hell, can save somebody else's life, then hey, it's done a good thing. Some people need an outlet. Some people need a place to speak. Some people are trapped in so much bondage. The Matrix makes so much sense, and it's not the way. The surface. If you look at the Matrix, when you can translate the Matrix into your own life and the real life and the Earth experience, shit just make too much sense. We have 57 minutes and 45 seconds ish. Underground Remix Live, your number one radio source. We're gonna go out on this number. Hello, how are you? We are going to go out on this number because I heard it. I listened to it intentionally at the gym the other day, and I started singing it out loud. That's how I know it was in my spirit. I can't believe after all this time I'm in love with someone who could never be mine. And just to think, I believed one day you'd really leave like you said you were, 'cause you don't love her, but your little girl really needs you. Oh, Christmas, you were with me. Yeah, New Year's Eve, you were not around. Valentine came and went. Oh, yeah, y'all know what that is. Oh, no fireworks on the 4th of July. 59 minutes. Thanksgiving was another lie. Your family has never met me, and you've never met mine. No happy holiday, no happy holidays. I've got to let go of this feeling. Being with you deprives me of true love. No happy holidays, Mary J. Blige. It's the URLivePodcast, your number one radio source for live rhythm and news, classics and current events. Tuning out exactly on the dot. Thank you.